In this video, we're going to cover the copy tool in 3D Code Sculpt workspace. It operates only on voxel objects, so that's something to remember right up front. If you need to work in surface mode, there are other alternatives to use for a very similar function, and that is the Vox Layer tool. What I want to do in this specific circumstance is to copy this upper part of the strap and leave either a rubber or leather type of shader, and then use this silver shader for the rest. So let me select this particular object by hovering over it and hitting the H key. It's automatically going to reveal it, and I'm going to go to the right side of the layer and drag it above the parent layer, which is the glove. That way it exists outside of the glove temporarily. So I can hide that. I'll hide the others. And I need to switch to voxel mode in order to use this, so I'm going to select this layer. I'm going to click on the S icon. 3D Code is going to ask how much resolution do you need. Let me go with about 750K. So zoom in, and I want to create a new layer which I will actually copy to. So it's going to copy from the strap and it will copy to this selected layer. Now the nice thing about this is if I have other voxel objects that are visible, 3D Code will allow me to copy from multiple layers all at one time onto this new layer. So that's one of the unique benefits of this specific tool. So I'll hide the glove, and in the adjust section we'll click on copy, and I'm going to enable steady stroke. One option we have is additional extrusion. If you leave it at 0, then as you brush over it, you may not see anything. I'm also going to change this shader type. That way I can see it contrasted against the object I'm copying it from. Let me give it a little bit more resolution. I don't have anywhere near enough. I'll click this increase resolution, and if you've watched some of the other videos that describe how voxels work, you know that it's very similar to working in Photoshop. When you need to increase the resolution on a layer, it's like increasing the dots per inch of a Photoshop document. However, you can scale the object in 3D space, and it is tantamount to working with a larger document. So with that said, I'm going to continue increasing. There we go. Now the smaller the object, the higher you're going to need to go in terms of adding resolution. It's one of those things you just have to get a feel for after working with it for a little while. If you have an object that's fairly large on the grid here, then you only want to increase the resolution maybe once or twice, if that much. So it really just depends. So let's go ahead and brush. And you can see with a depth value of 0, we can see quite a bit, but we may want to bump that up just a slight amount in order to properly see. So let's click on that, and I'm going to choose 0.01. That looks good. And we have just a little bit of an overspill here. I'll use the cutoff tool. Let's go back to the copy tool. Okay. This can also be beneficial when you have an object that maybe has some detail like scales or wrinkles and scratches, and you have another similar object or character, and you want to sort of project those details from one model to the other. As long as it's similar in shape, you can use the copy tool and basically just create a copy. If you want to move it in place using the transform tool, you can tweak it with a move tool or a pose tool, and then just merge them together. That's one usage of the copy tool that you might find very beneficial. Let me select another tool here, like the build brush. And I'll hold down the control key and I can erase a particular part. I can also hold down the shift key and smooth. It has a dissolving type of effect as well. I think that's fine. Let's now hide the other part and inspect the result. I'm not really that concerned about the backside, although I could use something like the scrape tool. Just kind of even it out a little bit. Let's go to the bottom, smooth all. With that done, I'm going to resample this, give it more resolution. Hit OK. Let's pick something like that. Let's go back to our strap. I'll select that layer and I can see what material was assigned to it. Okay, so I'll go to this other one. Now, let's unhide our glove. I'll hover over this, hit the H key. Scroll through my shaders to see which one is assigned to it. Okay. We do have some of the strap protruding through just a little bit, but we can fix that quickly. Let's go to the volume, the one that we copied to. Extrude. The default parameter is 4. That's way too much for this, so maybe something like 0.05 would be fine. We can smooth all again. I'll extrude one more time. So there we go. That's a quick look or a quick example of using the copy tool in 3D Coat. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.